Testing, testing, testing. Testing. Waiting for the stream to come online. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 seconds to come online. 17, 18. So it's about 15 seconds behind, but I can hear sound, so I think we're live. Good morning, it's October 12th, Wednesday, 2016. And this is my morning, first, what do I call this again? 15 minutes in the morning project stream. I think I've been forgetting to update these. It's Wednesday, October 12th. Let me update the caption there. And so I take the morning, first 15 minutes in the morning to work on a project that otherwise wouldn't be getting done. It's something that's important to me. Well, all the projects are important, but most of the day is caught up in emails and talking to other people's projects and just getting buried in other things. So I use this 15 minutes to maintain progress on the other projects. And it turns out that it's actually pretty... You'd think 15 minutes wouldn't be enough time to do anything, but it actually is kind of nice to do it every day. Someday I'll be able to do more than one of these a day, but right now my sense of time is such that I find it difficult to even switch to these kind of projects. I don't know why. Maybe in time I'll get a hang for it. In the meantime, this is working. So one key feature of this is being able to keep track of what I've done, which is what I have here. This is my Quiver notebook. And I have all my projects here on the left side of what I'm doing. This is starting to get a little bit cumbersome because I forget what project is which. In general, the numbered ones are the 2024 goals, the ones that are started in 2014. And then the new ones I started this year, I've been continuing to number. So Mysteries is a kind of an alternate reality game-like construction project. The Nerd Magazine is a magazine for nerds in the area that has a website and a print component. The RMS is a research management system. RMS kind of like CMS, content management system, but geared toward my own research, which is working based on the 1609 project stuff. Food Packets is a new project where I'm trying to figure out how to create nutritional pods of food so I can control my diet and not get bored at the same time, and do it cheaply. Related to diet and health. I'm drinking a Mogo Mogu yogurt flavored drink that I got at the Asian market. It's got coconut jelly in it, so you have to chew it. It's kind of nice. But anyway, let me take a look at the continuity for this project. So the 50 minutes in the morning habit thing. Yesterday I've been using the RMS stuff, the research management system. I looked at PiggyDB, thought out loud about the writing-based interface, looked for text processing ideas to extract chunks. See the 1610 notebook for detail. But today, I think I'm going to switch to the music project. Although I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel very musical first thing in the morning. And I'm wondering, maybe what I need to do is just do those learn the day, or maybe I need to take 30 minutes to warm up and start streaming these projects like at 7:30. Because I wake up around 6:30. I jump in the shower and do this thing right away, and I haven't really had time to settle in. So maybe doing 7:30 or 8, even 8 a.m. might be the way to go. 7:30 probably would be better, I think. So I might make a note. Let's consider switching to 7:30. If I switch it to 8 o'clock, then I'll be tempted to do something else between that time. So I think 30 minutes to eat breakfast, have some coffee. I think that might be a better time. We'll try it. We'll try it for the rest of this week and see what it how that goes. Also, music project. Where's the music project? The music project is this project. And I'm going to just copy this link down here. It's today. Although I'm not sure if I have everything set up for that. But let's find out, why don't we? I'm going to set my timer. 15 minutes on the clock. See how fast I can get this thing up. I get it up with before that hits 13. Blanking. Reason. Oh, need keyboard. Reason in wrong spot. Need to load file. Open recent. That's this file. Oh, good. The other camera's set up correctly. Let me plug this sucker in. It's making noise. That actually worked. Shocking. All right. That took about a minute. Thought it would be much worse. So this is the file I had from this 10/6. So I'm going to save this as today's date, which is 10/12. So it's been 6 days since I last did this. And so if I make any changes, I need the headphones now, so I can hear what I'm playing. Where's this coming out? It's coming out of the MacBook. So you get these headphones on. These are some $30 headphones that are apparently very well rated from Superlux. The HD668B, which if you look up, there's a bunch of people that rave about these for being super cheap, but also pretty good if uncomfortable. People use these to make gaming headsets. Testing. I can hear stuff. All right, so last time I left off on this, if I recall, let me look at my notes. In the music project, music continuity. Oops, not there. I guess I didn't put it here. Maybe I did put it here. If I look at the music on the 6th, I reviewed the music composition progress from last time. I tried to read my index card annotation, which was wrong. Looked at the September 30th video to remember what it was supposed to sound like. Found a way to use Reason to pick out notes in MIDI editing mode. Realized that the note entry and matching notes names were possibly a good way of learning which key on the keyboard is. So what do I mean by that? Which key on the keyboard? So here, let me go to Oxcam view. Adjust that. So what do I really mean by this? Also, I should write the note names. I thought I bought some Sharpies that I was going to use to write in red letters on this thing, but I had written the names of the notes in the bottom of this. I wanted to write them on the top here too. I might as well just do that. I wanted to write them in different colors though. But I guess that will have to wait. Do I have a Sharpie? I had one down here somewhere. Here we go. So where would I write this? Because I want to be able to see them when I'm playing. I guess up here maybe? It's kind of dusty. Get all the dust off of this. Alright, so this is, I guess I'll write the up here. So if my fingers are here, I want to have the labeling pretty close. So I'm going like this. I guess I would have them rather right around here. So this would be E. This is F. This is G. This is A. This is B. This is C. This is D. This is E. I remember my mom's. I once asked my mom if I could do this when I was like 6 or 7 or 8 or something like that. And she said, "No! You're not supposed to look at the keys when you're playing." I suppose that's one of those answers that makes sense if you want to be performing. But I think it was misguided. I should have just done it the way I wanted. C is a nice big fat key, I just realized. Oh, maybe not. Here it's fat. Oh, because there's no cut in there. So E, D, C, and D. D, and C. So let's see if that actually makes a difference. It is kind of cool to have them labeled. I just wish they were nicely printed in different colors. And I had the thought the other day that you might be able to pick out the direction if I think about notes relatively instead of like the key of A is all these keys. I mean, really, what is a key? I mean, so the key of C is like just you go all the white keys. And so why have a key in the first place? I mean, I can tell that's a major key, and this minor key would be. There's I think 3 different kinds of minor keys. Maybe I don't know what the minor key is. I mean, this sounds major. What is a minor key? I don't know. Let me find some resource that plays what minor keys are, because suddenly I don't remember. Maybe I don't know what it is. Minor key C. Can I hear what that sounds like? C minor. Chords in the key of C minor. C minor. Come on, Wikipedia. C minor. Switch over here. Is a minor scale based on C, consisting of the pitches of C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat. So, oops. That's B flat and then, okay, so it's like C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat. See? Da 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 da. So I guess I didn't know what it was. It consists of 3 flats. The relative major is E flat major, and its parallel major is C major. What's a relative major? E flat major? What's an E flat major look like? E flat major is E flat. Oh, maybe it's just this E flat, F, G, A, B, sharp, B flat. Is that B flat? No. I got it, I'm wrong. E flat, F, F, G, A flat. That's A flat, right? Yep. B flat, C, and D. Is that what did they say this was? Those are all the same keys. Is that what a relative major is? It just starts at a different note? say key signatures. What's a key signature? A set of sharps, flats, and rarely natural symbols placed together on the staff. It's a musical notation thing. So here's the thing. So I'm wondering, so the whole notion of a key is a bunch of notes that I think sound good given some kind of underlying system that may not necessarily have to be there to sound good. They're like pre-packaged bundles of notes. And I think, if I dimly recall something about Western music not being the only system of notes that exists. Like this whole 12 keys, you know, and these are all like standards. The funny thing is, well, they're standards that evolved. I mean, what makes C a C and always a C? It's a certain frequency. I think like A is, it's centered around 440 hertz. That's for a concert A. And so it's defined so everyone can make notes that sound harmonious, more or less. There's something called temperament that affects keyboard instruments like this. They can transpose keys, because it turns out the harmonious relationship between keys isn't exactly divisible by these frequencies. Right? Like there's ways you had to fudge it. But the piano kind of spreads the error around for each key. So most of them sound, if not pretty good, if not absolutely harmonically perfect. So like example of harmonically perfect would be like an octave difference. And then the next most harmonically perfect is I think the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4. This shares like half of the harmonics, I think. They're aligned. I actually made a graph once to show where, like, sinusoid, the peaks were in particular wavelengths between these. And then the thirds were also harmonically, they shared a lot of components. And then where they didn't, you know, things like, I guess, something like this would sound very discordant. Is that the most discordant? But anyway, so going on the back of the key thing, I'm wondering if just if given any kind of note starting point here, I can predict where to jump. And I was listening to like some music, and a lot of the music seems to like cluster around like a delta of plus or minus 1. So if it's just kind of chugging along, it's like. They're kind of just going across different, not going very much, like one, I'm not sure what this is called, this one step. The confusing thing I found about music is there's different notation systems going for different reasons, like keys, key signatures, that's for one thing. But then there's the idea of these intervals. Like, so this is a 1, 3, 5, 7. Or 1, 3, 5, the major triad. But this makes sense only within a key signature. I mean, so you have to know what these intervals mean relative to a key signature, relative to what that's for, what its intent is. And a lot of music instruction, the stuff that I've read, all that it gets jumbled together into this is music. This is what you need to learn. And so I'm trying to tease apart, like, what's really required just to play these things? I mean, it could be, maybe if I go relative around these keys here and just like kind of go off the ear, which I think I might be able to do just because, how much time do I have left? A minute. Just because I think my ear is fairly well trained to recognize what the keys are for whatever reason. So maybe if I learn like little, almost like I was going to use the word term chord, but from like a keyboard, like a computer keyboard standpoint, what I'm trying to say is like there might be little like kind of like sequences, like Haryuken, like on the keyboard, to use like a fighting game reference, a series of key coming. So like if this could be like a component. I mean this is and then also just recognize the physical differences. the thing that used to get me when I was a kid, when I was like 6, I would ask my mom, why are these black keys? Why are they grouped in 3 and 2? And she just told me to shut up and just say that's the way it was. And so why are these black? Why are these black and why are these ones white? And the best reason I can figure out is because the key of C was the most popular key, and when they developed this standard by being able to play the most popular tunes, like church music basically, in this key. I don't know why C was a standard, but maybe the keyboard came first, and it's easy to mostly play white keys, and then the occasional black key. I don't know if there's alternative keyboard layouts. There must be. I remember seeing something about a hex keyboard that would make the intervals a little bit more obvious. Because you would think that if you know what a major scale is and a minor scale is, what was that minor? It was like the E flat. That was the minor. And anyway, I was thinking like, if you're jumping, so this is like whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, and then half step. And the minor key is what? Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. Oh wait, I screwed that up, did I? Half step. I don't know. But anyway, there might be, there might be 12. I'm gonna guess there's like maybe a couple dozen little key flourishes consisting of 3 to 5 notes that could be, if I learned how to play them from any place by figuring out how to read these distances, then maybe that could be the building blocks, the Lego of being able just to like jam stuff out. I don't know. So if I happen to like this key, so that could be one. So maybe they had to close and end up at the same place. Then you could abort it and they point. What did I do before? Okay, so this is the one, there's like this half step down. The way these half steps sound, I couldn't. Oops. For some reason, the jump to the 1, 2. If you go 3 whole step, or is that a whole step? No, this is 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, and that's a 4th step. It's like that 4th note in the sequence. If it's a half step, it sounds major, but if it's a whole step, it's something else. What? Anyway. Yeah, missed. Where's da? That's not a note. So I guess my sense of relative pitch doesn't really correspond to my ability to vocalize them. But Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. What did I learn today, if anything? What did I learn? I fooled around with notes. I theorized that maybe I could learn a couple dozen almost like little like note fragments that I could learn to pick out using my eyes, noting the whole half step jumps and trying to train my ear. I think I would need to have some sort of exercise to go with that. Maybe the exercise is to construct a simple ditty using such Lego-like note subsequences, let's call it. Another thought was like if I just like hit notes and just see what happens. Or the other way is just to pick out notes that are within a plus minus 1.5 note delta or step delta. And don't worry about the errors in prediction. How I think it will sound versus what actually happens. How I think it will sound versus what actually sounds. And I guess related to this is related to the idea that there is music in my head. How to get it to come out as freely as I can write sentences. And how then do I refine it into something shareable? Not as fuzzy music thoughts, but as a finished or a listenable or pleasurable, let's say, pleasurable listening experience. That might be my mission statement for this. So, anyway, that's today's, again, non-musical music lesson. I tend to get stuck in theory. But at least I made some sounds. I should try singing notes sometime and see if that makes a difference. But then suddenly I become very bashful. So, what should if I say, Mary had a little lamb. Now I'm speaking it because I'm scared to make noise. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. I don't know what the next verse is. Its fleece was white as snow. Its fleece was white as snow. That's funny. Like you can hear, I can feel the notes getting stuck behind my nose. And so that's a whole nother thing. How do people sing? I'm even going to these piano karaoke lessons, or not lessons, but events, or used to go to them. And then I realized I need to actually learn the music because I was just I felt I was dragging the whole thing down. But I would just kamikaze songs, and if I kind of half remember them, I would try singing them. Which was incredibly liberating for some people there who were worried that they would sound bad, but then when I would go up there and do it and didn't seem to care and everyone laughed, they were more likely to do it too. So that was good. But I'm kind of at the point now where I feel I need to learn some songs. I don't hear lyrics really. So that's kind of an issue that I have. I guess maybe for fun. Since I still have a minute until 7:30. Let us, what's some random lyrics? What's a song? Strudel says something. Yay for minimal prep required. I forgot to turn on the robotic voice to play stuff out of here. Let me turn on the distraction. Let's see. Strudel in the chat. What if we did like we were once looking at for songs of 1980. We were just looking at random years and see what the songs were. What was the big song in 1993? A Whole New World, Dream Lover, That's the Way Love Goes, Are You Gonna Go My Way, Boom Boom Shake the Room, If I Ever Lose My Faith in You. I'm terrible with the names of songs, and also I don't hear lyrics usually. They could be singing right in my ear and I will not hear them. Insane in the Brain. I don't know any of these songs. I'm sure if I heard them. Hey Mr. DJ. Yana. Daisy Dukes. Heart-Shaped Box. I feel I should know these songs. This was another problem with going to piano karaoke. It was like not knowing the names of any songs. When I heard them, that was okay. So I don't know any of these songs. 1993, what was I doing in 1993? In 1993, I was in grad school, part 2, getting my computer graphics design MFA. Starting it out. Breathe Again. Just click on one randomly and see what it sounds like. Oh, if I do that though, then I'll get YouTube flagged. So let's forget that. Anyway, I'll consider doing something like this. I need to add some voice studying to these things. Anyway, time is up for the morning. It's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday already? October 12th. I gotta jump into work, but I'm gonna make some dumplings for breakfast. So have a good Wednesday. Happy hump day. Hope you get some stuff done. And I'll see you tomorrow morning.